Good evening, Sharon. Welcome to Jam with Sam.
Hi, everybody. I hope I'm not going to bore you this evening. We're going to try and share a few interesting anecdotes with you. Let's see what happens.
And welcome to the 24th episode of Indian Networker. And this is our second anniversary.
My pleasure, Sam.
It's nice meeting up with you after, I think, almost 16 years.
Well, considering I was not born then, let's see.
I remember. Okay, let's start. Tell us something about your life's journey and right from school and how did you get into the...
Well, I think I was born a rebel. Very cocky, very know-it-all. I didn't know I had this when I was a kid, but I'll tell you what happened very interestingly. I come from a very humble background. My father was in the government, my mother was a teacher. There were times when we didn't have any money, so I come from a very, very humble background. And I remember when I was 15, I think, I always knew I could sing. It was something that we did in church. So to go back to my background, my mother was an Anglo-Indian, very Western Anglo-Indian, and Daddy was a Thet Punjabi. So my English is perfect, but I'm, मैं Punjabi kudi hu, so it's both the things were combined. Anyway, so I remember when I was 15, I got a terrible throat illness, and we went to the local dispensary, and there was no money to take it further, and the doctor said there's nothing we can do, she's going to lose her voice. And I heard him say that this illness, it was something called quinsy in those days, is eventually going to kill your child. And my parents said, हाँ ठीक है, रब दा शुक्र, ये वो ठीक है, भगवान के हाथ में है, whatever. Nobody was practical. And that month, when I lost my voice, the month became 2 months, and it became 3 months, and it became 6 months, and I couldn't speak. I lost my voice. That is when I realized that, nothing is going to put me down. I'm dumb. I have no money. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. My parents don't have the resources to look after me. And I said, no, this is not the blueprint of my life. I'm going to design my blueprint. And I don't care what it is. I'm in charge of my life. And I'm going to take charge as of now. Thank you, everybody. But I'm going to see, how I'm going to take this forward. Of course, it's a long story. Then I started developing my own vocal exercises. And over a period of time, I actually willed my voice back. And so to embellish the whole rebel spirit, I said, you know what? I used to sing. Well, I am going to be a singer. And I'm going to be a damn good singer. So all these things combined got my voice back, and then of course I embarked on my singing career, an adventure upon adventure, and life has been great. But thank God I was a rebel, because I'm not prepared to settle for the ordinary. I haven't always succeeded, and even now when I do my training modules and I face a room of participants, I always tell them that I am not a product of my successes. I stand here as a product of my failures. But I've embraced obstacles, and it's fine. Life hands you roses. Sometimes life doesn't hand you roses, and it's all good.
Okay, nice, interesting. I didn't know that. And it's all being live streamed, huh? So whatever I and Mahesh also been spoken, I think both of us are going to get arrested tomorrow. I will. No, I've got BJP help here. He's not here today. Okay. Which was the biggest break you got which launched you into stardom?
I think when I came to Bombay, I met Alec, And by then, I mean, it's a very interesting story because to get into various record companies, I told 100 lies. I said, I'm this and I'm that, and it was all rubbish. But at the end of the day, as a singer, you have to deliver results. You need a voice, you need pitch, you need tone, you need personality. Alec recognized that in me, and he said, you know what, there is a role I have in mind for you. At that time, I was just singing with little bands. I was with, like a hotel crooner and Thoda Sa Yahan Ga Liya. In those days, there was radio, so I would do my jingles and that sort of thing. All part of my dream. So at this point, I really want to tell you whatever it is, never lose sight of your goal. The path meanders. So like in my case, I was singing wherever anybody could pay me anything, I would just start singing. But I have to hand it to Alec, who then brought the role of Evita Perron to me. And I learnt discipline. I learnt deadlines, fine-tuning objectives. Theatre is a very it reins and it hones your skills. You master time management because everything is to a deadline. And we were able to put this role together, and we don't have the time to discuss the whole, reining in of all the facets that created this marvelous character that I played. But I am proud to say that I knew it was magic the night the curtain opened and I played this character. It was a different emotion because wherever else I performed, people would clap or they would start dancing or jumping. This audience wept because Evita was a tragedy. They wept and they wept and they wept. And so the rumor was, the vibe was, you want to go and see Evita, for God's sake, take your handkerchief. And it was humbling in terms of living up to the respect and the anticipation of an audience, and I've never forgotten that everything has to be, you have to keep an audience happy, basically. It's not about my ego or, hell with it, this is what I'm going to do. That the applause of the audience is really your barometer. Evita was magic for me. And then, by God's grace, there was no looking back after that.
How was your response during Jesus Christ Superstar?
Which production?
Jesus Christ Superstar. You were there in that, no?
No.
I thought you and Nandu Bende were...
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
Wrong Google
it's okay.
search.
Evita, Godspell, but not Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Wrong Google search.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Which is your favorite platform on social media? You are on social media.
Yeah.
And which is your favorite platform over there?
I'm now sort of becoming very digitally savvy, as we say. So I'm enjoying it all and I'm exploring different avenues. But right now I'm kind of in my comfort level. There's Instagram and there's Facebook and there's LinkedIn. But I was doing a talk with Arun Nanda in one of the universities out of Bombay. And it was very interesting what he said, and it kind of locked in for me. And it's something that I want to share with all of you. Some of you may be young entrepreneurs. Some of you are, possibly out there trying to expand whatever you're expanding. We live in such exciting times today. I truly believe that. And I think that, of course, there's a lot of risk because there's a lot of competition and there's a lot happening out there. But it is so much easier today with social platforms. The internet has changed everything for all of us. So if anybody out there who has a dream, never before, and as what Arunanda also said, he said, there was a time where there was just the ambassador car and the Fiat and one newspaper and all that sort of thing. Look at the times we live in today. So I'm also just continuously waking up to the fact that there are platforms, and I can assure you, me and my company we're out there. We've got a killer attitude, and if there is a door to be opened, trust me, we're going to get there.
Fantastic. Tell us something about SPIPS
Global Solutions. Well, it's a very simple little umbrella under which I operate. When I did Evita, I realized, I said, it would be wonderful to own your own properties, develop them, because all that time I'd been an artist, and because I'm a bit of a control freak, I said, I want to work in things that I can expand my dream and my vision. So even at that time, actually, I had set up SPPS at that time, and then I got married and I had a baby. So I thought, in those days, actors and you got married and you retired. So that's what I did. But I'll get back to that. So SPPS then and now is an umbrella under which we define dreams, and within the paradigm of my capabilities, since I own the company, we move forward and try and make those dreams a reality. But there are many verticals that we have created, and they're all very exciting, but they are a business, because I think you can be a singer, but it would be more exciting to own your own company. You be the CEO of your company and you decide what you want to do. So we do events, we do celebrity management for bands, we do training programs, now I'm bringing out a book, blah, 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 blah. So SPPS is my umbrella under which we sit and we all confer and say, who's doing what?
Fantastic. Something about your family.
My family it's very interesting. Like I told you, my mother was a very, very, very Western Anglo-Indian, and my dad was, trust me, a Thet Punjabi. How they met, I don't know. But from the time they met, it was chaos. My mother loved my dad. My dad was a space cadet. So, he was one of those live and let live kind of people. So my mother packed my brother, my sister, myself up. I'm the eldest in the family. And she said, because if we live with my father, who was a very irresponsible person, pata nahi kya hoga in bachon ko. So she packed us up and took us to Nainital. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about Nainital, because I like to put closure on chapters in my life. Closing a chapter with grace and compassion is something that gives me an inner kick. So I'm going to get back to that. So there was my mother living with us children in Nainital, and there was my father with my Biji Bauji in Delhi and Chandigarh and Phagwara and wherever. And my mother, I have to tell you, was this extremely, she was more British than the British. She said, oh my dear, what did Papa teach you, and then I would say, well, they made me learn Om Jai Jagadish Hare or whatever it is, they started teaching me everything. And then I would go back to my Biji Bauji and say, oh, Angrez ki sikhandi hai tanu, unhanu kuch pata hai. So between the two of them, I should have cracked up, But what happened by default was I became a master of language. Immaculate English, Thet Punjabi, fantastic Hindi. So my career expanded into television and acting and, whatever. See, there's an opportunity in everything. So having said that, my mother was a music teacher. My dad worked in the government. He had some little job somewhere. But I became an entrepreneur, artist, whatever. My brother runs a huge music warehousing chain in America. He's doing very well. He's my youngest brother. My sister, who's in the middle of both of us, got so tired looking at both of us, very charged and work-oriented. She says, "Bhai, main to badi thak gayi hu." So she sat back. She got it right. Married a great guy. 2 kutte, 3 bacche, penthouse, badi khush hai. Asi takke maarde padne sara din. Me and my brother. But she says, she'll ring me up. She says, "Bye, darling. I'm going to Lonavala to the other house. I'm getting the roof repaired. Oh, God, I'm so tired." And I'm saying, "Arey yaar, meri zindagi ke baare mein suno to sahi bhai." So that's my family. And no, I could go on and on.
Go on with
So brother, sister, me, a lot of our relatives settled in America. Some of them in Raipur, Phagwara, Chandigarh, England.
So tell us how proud you are as a mother.
Oh
your
my
daughter.
God. I am not only proud, I am obsessed. I've had several careers, including, I was a copy trainee, then I became 19, then I joined Air India for a year, I flew. So people that I've met, from those years, apparently I told them that मेरी सबसे बड़ी तमन्ना ये है कि मैं एक माँ बनूं. As filmy as that sounds, apparently that was a lifelong wish. And you brought up a topic which everybody is going to go to sleep. So suffice it is to say that I absolutely enjoy being a mother. I have the most awesome child, and it's so beautiful. That beautiful sounds pale compared to what I feel for her.
So you think she's taken off after you?
No. She thinks I'm an idiot. Mummy, you have no dress sense. You don't dress age appropriately. Dude, Mom, oh God, bro, you gotta see what my mom's wearing. Man, it's, this thing goes on between us the whole time. No, but it's all good.
So would you call yourself a celebrity or a professional?
I don't know. I'm a professional because I work very hard at what I do. I am not apologetic about having earned my stripes in the achievements. Achievements means there were opportunities that came my way, and one sort of built up. I built up, what did I build up? I built up a bank of trust. I built up fans. I built up blah, 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 which today I now understand that there is a relevance to this, because we live in a very brand-driven world. If Shah Rukh Khan says, "This toothpaste is good for me," it's an endorsement. It means it's good for half the country. I have talked to copywriters and ad people and all that about this, but it is what it is. We live in a brand-driven society where people want validation. And I have found the value in that. I mean, somebody would say, "Oh, Sharon, you're an amazing singer. We saw you last night." There was a time when I'd say, "No, it's really, you really liked it. Wow." Very apologetic. Now, I find that my status or whatever, to the people that know me, it is a leveraging platform, because as I'm sure all of you who run your companies know, there is a validation. Sharon's there, it's all good. Somebody knows you better than known devil in a cruder way. So you call it celebrity status. I'm calling it a brand value.
Okay.
Because then you put value on everything you're doing. So tomorrow when I ring up clients and say that I'm doing these events, they say, you're there, it's all good, you know. Or I say, now I'm going to be bringing out my book. Why would people want to read it? Because they'll read my name, they say, "Bhai, theek hai," you know. It's Sharon, na? So it's all good. So that's what, that's the leverageability of being known.
Good. Long answer, but good answer.
I'm so sorry. What can I say? Please forgive me. Tell me to shut up when you're bored, okay? Please.
Whom do you admire as a celebrity? Someone you admire. As an artist, celebrity.
Bapre.
Only one person.
As a celebrity, I'll tell you who I think is an amazing celebrity producer, entrepreneur. Does he have to be an actor or a singer? Not necessarily.
Not
Oh, then I've got many, because there's Richard Branson, there's Mark Wahlberg, who is really, you know, he's built his business into what it is. I still don't have that formula, but I mean, it's something that I aspire towards. Donald Trump, like I said, Richard Branson, Bill Gates. I mean, there are many great visionaries. I admire visionaries. I admire people. You know, the box predictability for me is very claustrophobic. I love adventure. I like people who push the paradigm. You tell me it can't be done, I want to know that guy. I said, you know, it can't be done, let's talk. So all these people have pushed themselves into areas beyond your comfort zone. I mean, one type of approach to business is work within your specialist skill, of course, but the bigger world out there is much more exciting when you expand and you go bungee jumping into the unknown, and these guys have done it.
You plan to go bungee jumping?
I would love to. Out on the heights, no?
Just wanted to say.
Theoretically, from the business point of view, sure, jump into the unknown.
Okay.
I'm still searching for that unknown factor, and I hope I find it.
Wow factor or unknown factor?
The unknown factor.
Okay. Okay, now quick and Sam, one witty answer.
Oh, Bapre.
Money?
Very important. I kid you not.
Fame?
Great leveraging.
Family?
Too important.
Bollywood?
One of the many facets in my life.
Okay. Politics?
As a society, we deserve better, but they are us.
Okay.
An extension of us. We voted for them.
I know. Rahul Gandhi?
What can I say? He's cute.
He's cute?
I don't know how effective he is, but he's cute.
I know. Okay, what?
He's rolling his eyes.
He's rolling his eyes. That's why I didn't ask any politicians name to my
Listen, this is a live video
I
stream.
don't want to do that. Okay, what next after this?
I don't know really, because this company, like I told you, I've revived SPPS. Oh, I was telling you about Nainital. Okay, so let me first tell you about Nainital. Well, I'll tell you about Nainital. What I did with Nainital was, because, you know, we were like the, like the sort of like the poor Christians over there on scholarships and this and that. It always hankered me. So we went back 3 years ago to my school, and I set up a trophy in my mother's name. I've set up a trust fund. We put a plaque out in her name. It's been assigned to one of the benches. And I'm proud to say, in the giving back factor, I've set up this trust fund in my mom's name, and a trophy for creative excellence is given to a deserving student. So that was Nainital. Acha, now what was the next question? What did you ask me just now? No. You said what's ahead? What's ahead? You know what? That is an amazing question, and that's an amazing question for which I don't have the answer. I'll tell you why I don't have the answer. Because when I hear, when I interact with this brilliant gentleman here, the key is the success of entrepreneurship is scaling. And I don't have that formula. I don't have that formula. And scaling is what interests me. So while my status quo, by any standards, is progressive and very interesting, we do some very, very exciting work, I think my next challenge is scaling. And I don't know how to do it.
Mahesh is smiling. You can help us scale now. Okay. Do you think it's more difficult right now for, there are a lot of coming out for music and all this stuff and all. Is it become more difficult or more easier for them to, get into...
It's become more easier.
Compared to your times?
No, my times were never difficult. I've never looked at an obstacle as something that I would want to put my head under. To me, an obstacle is a challenge. I think, if you, God forbid, if you have a health issue or something like that, those are difficulties. But I remember my daughter was doing a play, and one of the lines was, she was a kid then, and it was a play about a girl who's rebellious and a father, and the girl has left the house, and the father says, "Come back, life will be easy." And the character in the play says, "Who wants it to be easy? Let it be difficult." So I forgot your question. So yes, it is. It is, because there are 1,000 more windows. It's abundant today. This is the best era ever for opportunity to take seed and blossom.
Sharon, I'm at the end of my questions. Thank you so much. It was wonderful.
Thank you.
I ran out of questions. Thank you. It was wonderful.
He's run out of questions. Thank you for giving me a patient
fantastic.
ear, everybody. Thank you so much.
And I'll request, I know you'll hit me for it,
For what?
to one of your most famous songs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, why do I get roped into this thing time and time again? Okay, so Evita, I'm just going to sing you the chorus of it because it's too slow a song and very classical, and I can see some of you are dozing off and I'm trying to look the other way. But having said that, here is the chorus of Evita. Don't cry for me, Argentina. The truth is I never left you. All through my wild days, my mad existence, I kept my promise. Don't keep your distance.
I have to go and get my hanky out now. And that's for you. And this is special from Mr. It's a spa pack.